Good morning, welcome to Morning Expresso. You're watching Indian Express. I'm Charulata Biswas. Let's begin with the big story of the day. The era of shock and awe over the 100% cutoff marks for admission into undergraduate programs will soon be behind us. Students will now have to take the Common University Entrance Test, that is CUET, for admission to undergraduate programs in all the 45 central universities. This effectively means that performance in the Class 12 board examination will no longer be a factor. Here are the stories you'll find only in Indian Express. Even though Poland has opened its arms to refugees from Ukraine, 17-year-old Gregory is apprehensive about his future. His parents are still in Kyiv and had sent him away with friends who were leaving the war-torn country. Gregory doesn't know Polish and is struggling to fit in, and then there's school. Those who don't know Polish are sent to grades down. This is his story. The leader of the Congress in the Lok Sabha, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, speaks to the Indian Express on the calls for change by the G23 group of leaders, rise of regional forces, and the challenges before the party. You can read the entire interview only in Indian Express. Express contributing editor on international affairs C. Raja Mohan writes on how the US must reorient itself on South Asia. He writes, Washington could seize the current opportunity amid Ukraine crisis to elevate US's salience, limit the traditional economic and military weight of China and Russia in the subcontinent. Let's have a look at the front page. In a virtual summit with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison expressed his understanding of India's position on the crisis in Ukraine. Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla said that Morrison and Modi were of the opinion that the conflict could not be a reason for diverting attention from issues of the Indo-Pacific region. Putting all speculations to rest, the BJP announced that Pushkar Singh Dhami will return as the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. Though he lost the Khatima seat in the assembly polls, the party has now reposed faith in him. The BJP also said that at least 6 MLAs in the state have already offered to vacate their seats for Dhami. Here are the must-reads. In Pakistan, an alliance of opposition parties have jointly submitted a no-confidence motion against Prime Minister Imran Khan to the Speaker of the National Assembly. Many in Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI) too have turned against him, and his coalition partners appear in two minds about backing him. Khan's situation is all the more dire because he and the Pakistan Army have fallen out. We explain why Khan's continuance in office appears uncertain. The Tibetan wolf is one of the world's most ancient species and is critically endangered in the country, protected as a Schedule 1 animal under the Wildlife Protection Act. Committed to stop killing wolves, village communities in Ladakh have been neutralising traditional wolf traps over the past 2 years. They have also begun creating their own local insurance schemes to compensate for livestock that are preyed on by wolves. The making of the CSK Thalai Mahendra Singh Dhoni began with jersey launch of Chennai Super Kings in 2008. It also marked the start of a deeply emotional bond between a cricketer and the fans of the club. There began the delocalization of the local hero too, the concept that the hero by virtue of being a local is more identifiable to the masses. The death of localism was inevitable. Dhoni and CSK has hastened its demise. In today's Delhi Confidential on Monday, Union Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari got a new name. BJP MP from Arunachal Pradesh, Tapir Gao, said in Lok Sabha that he has renamed the minister as Spider-Man because he has built roads like the spider weaving his web in every corner of this country. And in today's episode of the Three Things podcast, we discuss why retail inflation has hit an 8-month high and its impact, and why tribal inhabitants of Gujarat are protesting against the Par-Tapi Narmada River linking project. Lastly, we go over the latest updates from Ukraine. And before we wrap up, we have a special video series coming for you. Meta and the Indian Express brings you stories of the women who triumphed in the face of the pandemic. You can watch their stories of grit, resilience, courage. Catch our special series, Her Stories of Strength, only on our website and YouTube channel. With that, it's time up for me today. For the latest updates, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Indian Express. Thank you for watching.